time over here now.
From high atop Fox News headquarters in New York City, always seeking solutions, never sowing division. It's Brian Kilmeade.
All right, well, welcome everybody from 40th and 6th in Midtown Manhattan, where it's raining, but I don't blame you. This hour, we're going to be joined by Kennedy. She's arrived. Bruce Blakeman, Nassau County Executive. If you put that as a state, Nassau County, in terms of their population, would be the 15th biggest state in the country. So Bruce Blakeman's going to be with us running for re-election. He has a different take on ICE. He does this thing in New York called cooperating with ICE. Not the case in Chicago, not the case in Seattle. And Kennedy is going to be on Outnumbered shortly, but just not yet.
Not yet.
Am I right, Kennedy?
Yeah, that's right. If I went on Outnumbered like this, I'd get a couple of phone calls.
No hats.
No hats.
No
sweats.
No sweats?
No sweats.
Well, that's not in the color wheel?
It's definitely not in the color wheel.
Terry Clark?
I got a talking to about the sweatshirt that I wore on Will Kane and Jimmy Fallon's show. But it was red, white, and blue. It's this great, patriotic sweatshirt. And I was like, oh, I thought because it was patriotic. And they're like, no, thank you.
Who talks to you or something like that?
I can't say.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm already in enough trouble.
All right, let's get to the big three.
Number 3. And this sort of bizarre idea that Generation Z is going to carry us forward into a conservative future, I'm not seeing the evidence for that as a general matter. Mamdani being a perfect encapsulation of this.
Ben Shapiro weighing in. 3 races we are watching. 5 days to go. New Jersey governor's race, Virginia governor's race, and New York City mayoral race. As the leading candidate's mom, well, we're going to hear from her.
Number 2.
For 29 days, understand, Donald Trump has spent more time talking to Hamas and the Chinese Communist Party than he has in talking to Democrats to end the Trump shutdown.
Trump shutdown it doesn't even ring.
Doesn't have the same ring as Schumer shutdown, Brian.
Yeah, that's an alliteration, don't you think? Schumer shutdown?
Yeah, it rolls off the tongue, sadly.
The shutdown day 30 and tempers are flaring. Attention, Chuck, get the message. Republicans aren't caving to the extortion. We'll see what happens because some people not in leadership are beginning to talk.
Number 1.
How soon do you think you could sign a trade deal with China?
Well, I think pretty soon. We have not too many major stumbling blocks. We have a deal.
President Trump, it says, out of 10, his meeting with China was a 12. We're going to give you the details as he heads home to hand out Halloween candy, legitimately, with Melania today.
Adorable.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Kennedy, your thoughts about the China deal? Were you on the team? Were you on with Treasury trying to work out the details of
Yes.
this?
I'm known as an informal advisor to the administration.
How informal? You can dress informal?
Yeah. I can dress informal. No one really takes my calls. I have big ideas.
Right.
I'm an idea gal.
Right.
And I'm just waiting for them to really embrace that.
And so I would say informal is 100% accurate.
It's less formal than being Treasury Secretary. Certainly.
Right. You know what?
I'm not Steve Witkoff.
Right. You haven't spent your life in real estate and anyone tried to bring Middle East peace. Have you spent any time in real estate?
Okay. I've bought and sold homes.
Good enough.
I feel like that's a great start.
Were they your homes?
Yes. Okay. Yes, they were. I do not have a real estate license, but I'm a libertarian. I think that society is over-licensed.
All right. Is that what you're going to go with when the lawsuits come in? All right. I'm just staying true to my school, Judge. That's right. You're a witness.
Yeah. Free speech and the Fed, Judge. Am I right? Taxation is theft. Who's with me?
And that's true. If you can win over the general audience instead of the jury, a lot of people focus on the jury on these trials. I want the gallery.
Yeah, exactly.
I want the gallery.
Yes.
You up top there. I was found guilty, but the audience loved me.
They ate it up.
Yeah, they loved it. You found your job is as a defendant. Do you think your job is to entertain those who come?
I think if you do it properly, yes. I think it's more comprehensive than people like to think going into the gambit.
Right.
But yeah, when you can cook with gas on all cylinders, I say that's a victory regardless of the outcome.
Right. I think too many people focus on the final score.
Yeah. What happened to life's journey, not a destination?
Right. You can't have it both ways.
Well,
you could, but it's
better.
I
tell myself to ease the pain.
Exactly. So as we get into, you didn't get up in the middle of the night like I did. and I got a chance to see the before game and after game action in the Chinese deal.
Oh,
And
wow.
I find it unbelievable that some people think this trip wasn't unbelievably successful. I don't even know if we have the soundbite, but Chuck Schumer said last night, this trip has been a real dud. You're right, except for those dumb trade deals that keep getting in the way, except for the rare earth deal that you got with Malaysia, especially with that bonding with the prime minister. What a waste of time of Japan, who also promised to bolster up their defense, which alleviates a lot of the pressure on us, and invest $550 billion with us. Oh, and the signing of that trade deal with South Korea, that's really going to come back to haunt us, as we also agree to let them buy a nuclear submarine from us while we make it here. So then he goes and meets with President Xi. And I'm going to bring you to something you're not going to hear all day. The attitude going in. You know, Trump always says, he's a good friend of mine, right? So I guess President Xi had an opportunity to say, not so friendly, or you know, we don't get along. I look forward to doing something good.
Yeah, or like Mariah Carey when she's asked about J-Lo, and she goes, I don't think we've ever even met. And J-Lo's like, Mariah, we have hung out together. Like, we've been in the same recording studio. I've met you at 7 or 8 times. And Mariah's like, yeah, still, I've heard of her.
Yeah, that is the perfect analogy.
Yeah.
I mean, and a lot of people, I think, in Chinese would make that analogy, but I have to wait for the translation, or so I'd roll the soundbite in. I'm so glad you gave it to me. This is President Xi before he went in, just to give you an idea of the tone. Now, compare this to the meeting in Alaska when Joe Biden took over. You basically had his people meet with the Chinese people who berated America for our imperialistic, belligerent ways. Really. And then Anthony Blinken sat there and goes, this isn't going well. And then the defense secretary tried to get his counterpart on the phone for 18 months. Nothing. And then you have this.
That's 10. Embarrassing.
President Trump, it is a great pleasure for me as well to meet you. Since your re-election, we have spoken on the phone 3 times, exchanged several letters, and stayed in close contact. Under our joint guidance, China-US relations have remained stable on the whole. Given our different national conditions, we do not always see eye to eye with each other, and it is normal for the 2 leading economies of the world to have frictions now and then. And in the face of winds, waves, and challenges, you and I, at the helm of China-US relations, should stay the right course and ensure the steady sailing forward of the giant ship of China-US relations.
Ooh,
good start, right?
Very, very impressive speech. Also, that is as close to groveling as you are going to hear.
Thank you.
From a Chinese leader.
Deferential.
Yes.
And so, you know, the Chinese People's Daily newspaper, which when they want to send us a message, you read that because it's obviously in English, number one. Number two is they usually say things that is policy of the government. And the first 3 headlines were all positive. And just to give you a more of an idea, let's listen, cut 11.
Mr. President, I'm ready to continue working with you to build a solid foundation for China-US relations and create a sound atmosphere for the development of both countries.
So they went ahead and bought soybeans. It's going to start right away. They went ahead and they're starting to say for a year, we're not going to touch rare earth. It gives us a year to get some other places to get it.
Australia, Greenland.
Yeah. We're already doing it. Yeah. Well, I mean, one thing the president's done is getting deals. The problem is, I know we could be drilling, we could be mining, we could be refining here. But environmentalists, like in places like Minnesota, have stopped it. So the president's trying to get that done. But at the same time, going to those places you just mentioned, I think Argentina would be next, to start doing rare earth deals to get past it. If we could get past rare earth and pharmaceuticals with China, we'd almost be free of them and be freer to even drive a tougher deal.
And it just goes to show you that China is worried about their economy, and they know they need access to the American market. They need American consumers to buy their products, fill up Walmart shelves. We love a bargain. We love buying stuff. We love going on Amazon and getting a few things here and there. We love the dopamine hit. That's never going away. No matter what happens with the U.S. economy, you will always have consumers eager to alleviate their anxiety with a little purchase here and there, Brian.
So the president comes back with those trade deals, as I mentioned, and Hakeem Jeffries says, well, he shouldn't have left. On what planet should he not have left? This impacts everybody.
If Hamas and the Chinese Communist Party are being more rational and conversational than Democrats, then I think that's an indictment of Hakeem Jeffries and his leadership as opposed to the president.
We don't always agree. We're agreeing a lot now. Does it worry you? I mean, because my tone is being matched by your...
I knew you were going to come around to my side.
Oh, so okay.
I knew you'd be
I've changed.
Impressed by my informal advisorship, and you'd want to get on
Treasury.
On the K train. Which I don't blame you.
The reason why you got that job is the Mariah Carey comparison.
That's right.
That analogy is why Besson calls your name.
It's non-traditional, but I paint a picture, Brian.
Yes, you paint a picture. By the way, Mariah Carey, not a good painter.
She is not.
So here's the headline.
Even an abstract.
Do you tell me if this is a good headline or not? And no pressure.
Wow, now I feel pressure.
She says ready to work with Trump to build solid foundation for bilateral ties. Not trying to reverse it and say she lets Donald Trump know exactly what it's going to take to restore diplomatic. That's what I'm used to. I go to this once a week because I'm lonely and no one calls.
And you don't really have much to do during the day.
Right, except for this. China unveils outcomes of the China-U.S. economic trade talks. China's industrial upgrading conducive to global growth. So everything is a positive, interesting. Their mini Wall Street Journal. If they weren't happy with that, they would have used that to say, well, President Xi had a different tone in that room as opposed to what they're saying in their
No, they would be happy
press.
to contradict it. And, Donald Trump has figured out you cannot humiliate and browbeat
everybody.
Yeah, it doesn't work with everyone.
Right.
And, it's like Joe Biden couldn't even get access.
Right. It only works with Rosie O'Donnell. It forced her out of the country.
It
right?
did.
I mean.
But to your ancestral home.
Of Ireland.
How do you feel about that, Brian?
Can't go until she leaves.
That's what I've heard you say.
Back in a moment.
Breaking news, the latest headlines, exciting commentary.
People are aroused. I haven't seen people so aroused in a very, very long time.
It's Brian Kilmeade. You're interested in it? Brian's talking about it. You're with Brian Kilmeade.
Tonight, the Dodgers are hosting Game 5. By winning last night, the Blue Jays guaranteed a return to Toronto and a Game 6 or possibly even a Game 7, which is...
6-7!
All right, get them. I should have known better. Get those kids out of here, will you? By the way, according to dictionary.com, the word of the year for 2025, they've already decided, is 6-7.
6-7!
I said out of here with that.
Come on, guys. Let's go.
Enough of it.
So, Kenny, you always can help me with pop culture.
I have no idea. I've read about it. My children don't say it. It means nothing. It's something where you can apply your own meaning. So some people have applied a filthy meaning, and others just say it because they know it gets a rise out of the elders.
Do you guys know? Allison?
No, I agree completely with Kenny. I mean, mine 5-year-olds are at home doing it because they're hearing the older kids do it. They have no idea what it is. But anytime they hear 6-7, they're doing the same thing. It's just entertaining.
You have no idea.
Pete hangs out with kids. I saw him at middle school the other day.
That's not true.
It's like an anti-meme at this point. It's funny because it's not funny, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
This explains why Jimmy Kimmel was doing it.
Yeah, right? He's not funny anymore.
I heard that. So, I mean, by the way, do you follow baseball?
Yes.
Your thoughts?
I'm disgusted at the World Series.
Because you're Los Angeles. You're Los Angeles?
No, I've been a Yankees fan since I was in high school.
Oh, okay.
Growing up in Portland,
but
we had a minor league team. So it's like, who do you like? I did not like the Mariners. I respect them. I had fun going to Mariners games when I lived in Seattle, but I am a Yankees fan. And so seeing our two foes compete against each other, I wish they could both lose. But I had predicted that Toronto was going to do horribly and would not win one game because Los Angeles looked so good going into the series. And they have, for lack of a better term, pooped the bed.
Can I just also...
I hate to use an Amber Heardism, but I have no choice here, Brian.
I just remember that. That's a trial you won't let go of. It really changed your life, right? You can't.
I recalibrated with that trial.
You were spiraling until the trial came across.
Found myself.
Like, I found myself. This guy, I'm definitely better than that woman. Right? Is that what you're thinking? So you are.
Well, I've never done that. Done a lot of stuff. Not that.
So I thought it was just really interesting. This Mamdani guy. Like, it's why once in a while you go, this old tape popped up.
You're saying his name wrong. Are you doing that on purpose? Like George H.W. Bush used to call him Mario Cuomo just to make him mad. Mamdani, not Mamdami, not Mommy Dami.
So I want you to hear.
Mondavi.
So you want to know how he became what he became. We know his mom's on the record tape last night. I just saw with Laura that a mom's on the record saying that her son is not an American. He's more of a Ugandan Indian, that he doesn't really get along here in America. He's not that type of person.
Solid.
That hurts, yeah. And I listen to the person that raised him, the dad, the guy at Columbia. Listen to this, cut 26.
America is the genesis of what we call settler colonialism. Abraham Lincoln generalized the solution of reservations. They herded American Indians into separate territories. For the Nazis, this was the inspiration. Hitler realized two things. One, that genocide was doable.
And by the way, everyone knows Hitler loved Lincoln.
Just a big Lincoln fan.
So this is the guy that raised him.
Yeah, he was all in on Lincoln.
So,
he was just used to walk around going, full skull, I'm Führer, yeah. It's like, what a flimsy ding-dong.
Just hates America. I'll reach into anything.
America. Yeah. And I will take disparate points and connect them. What intellectual laziness with no bridge, no evidence, no data. Like, wow, okay, good for you.
So how is he winning? You live in New York City. I don't. You understand better.
The other candidates and the people I talk to, I've only talked to a couple people who are actually voting for Mamdani. And they were excited by his Instagram presence and his TikTok videos. And they're like, ooh, he's so cool. Like, he's so good at explaining things. And again, you have more intellectual laziness because they don't indulge the possibility of unintended consequences. And, you know, there are so many flaws with socialism, but the biggest being that it is a zero-sum enterprise, meaning they don't believe that wealth can be created and regenerated. They believe that wealth is zero-sum, that there is just one pie. And the billionaires take all the pieces of the pie and everyone else is left with crumbs. And that's what they sell. And that is not economics. That is not how the world works. Wealth creates wealth. It also creates jobs and innovation and a tax base. So when you invite all of that to leave, you cannot pay for the stuff that you have promised the people who bought into your zero-sum nonsense.
I totally disagree. I'm only kidding. That was a wonderful explanation.
Thank you.
Again, you can use that outnumbered in 90 minutes.
Consider it done, Brian.
All right, thanks. I enjoyed our time together.
As did I.
I think America's a better place because of it.
I love America.
You're served, Bruce Blakeman. You're next. Back in a moment.
You are the best thing on the radio.